Let's see. I'm not hearing you, Sunshower.
Good morning, everybody.
Great.
Sunshine Rose, Sedona, Arizona here, welcoming you to our Monday morning miracle call. I love these calls. It's what gets me up on Monday mornings. I look forward to hearing everybody's testimonies, and that's what this is all about. We do want to be compliant when we talk about our testimonies, and the first 15 minutes are going to be about X39 only. So being compliant means to not name any diseases and to just, talk about your symptoms, how it was for you before you used X39 and the results, maybe where you placed it, how long it took to get your results. So, and here's how we'll do this. As far as we'd love you to raise your hand if you have a testimony. And if you'll just click at the bottom of your screen, it'll say raise or lower hand. So please keep your hand up while you're speaking and then put your hand down and then mute yourself again when you're done. Did I miss anything, Gregory?
No, that was perfect.
Okay. Well, again, welcome to all of you here. And so we're going to start with our X39 testimonials. Please raise your hand and I'll recognize you, say your name, and then you can tell us your testimony, which we're going to try and keep really brief. Can you hear this?
No.
Can't hear it?
No.
Well, I'm going to let you know by putting my finger up then. When you've spoken about 30 seconds, then you only have another 30 seconds. And then we'll have to gong you out. We want to be really honoring of everybody that would like to speak today. So who's first? Is it John?
I think so.
Okay, go for it, John.
Yeah, hi, Sunshower, and great job of hosting. This is really cool.
Thanks.
I just wanted to tell a quick X39 ongoing dog story. I've got two dogs. One is 14 years old, golden retriever, and the other one's about a 7 or 8 year old cockapoo. And ongoing, I've just seen what I do is I take my X39, take it off, and my X49, and put it on their on their collar. And what that has taught me is the discipline of 12 hours on and 12 hours off. I've been using the X39 and X4 and the patches for probably 10 months now. And I've realized that as it is ongoing, that it's also a discipline. And to be able to do that, it's a habit that I've created to the point where I've brought it over to my dogs. And what they have done over this last period of time here is they've got so much energy. My 14-year-old is still running around at the park. He's not chasing the squirrels like my other dog is, but my other dog who's chasing squirrels has a big bounce in his step now. And it's just amazing what it does for pets. And I'm just saying, it's ongoing. So that's basically, what I have to say about that.
Thanks so much, John.
You're
Our
welcome.
pets are mammals too, right? Why wouldn't it work on them?
Yeah.
All righty, Rita, please.
Good morning. And I'm wondering, John, do they come and beg you for their treats, for their patches?
Well, what I do
That's
is
the
I
next
sing them a
step.
song. I sing them a song. I say, it's the power of the patch. And they stick their necks out. I put it on their collar and they just can't wait to use it.
Okay, so what I wanted to share is there's a challenge that we older women have, which is similar to one of older men. We older women can't not start peeing, and men have trouble starting to pee. So I'm almost 3 years into X39, and the month before I started patches, I was saying to myself, Rita, you gotta go buy some of those damn Depends. Guess who doesn't need Depends anymore?
Wow.
Don't you just love
Congratulations.
not peeing in your pants?
So about how long did that take?
I don't even know, because it wasn't one of those things that I was tracking. Just all of a sudden at one point I went, hey, this is better.
That's so cool. That's why we have these great health trackers, you guys. If you don't have a health tracker, talk to the person that introduced you to LifeWave, because sometimes we don't notice the changes in ourselves and we sure can't say how long it took. So thank you so much, Rita. And
Thank
next
you.
we have Roxy.
Hey, good morning. So we welcomed a personal preferred plus customer last night. And before that, we gave him 2 X39s. And his big thing from just 2 patches was that state of well-being. He said, I just felt really good. I felt this little lift, this state of well-being. So he wanted to make sure and keep them coming for, to start doing them. So that's exciting. And that just happened. So thank you.
Oh, that's so great. We'd love to hear the progress of your friend.
Thanks, Sunshower. Great job
Thank you,
hosting.
honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I think it's Robin that would like to speak. Maybe not. Okay, lower your hand, Roxy, please. And let's see, I don't see any other hands. Can someone help me?
Okay, I think I got
The
it.
other hands.
Good morning from Costa Rica. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
I've been at a conference on health span versus lifespan, and there were several hundred doctors here. And we had a wonderful booth and a wonderful team, and we patched people. And yesterday morning, this woman ran down the hall, jumped into my arms, hugged me, and said, I slept last night. It was so cute. So, we had great success at this conference. We have lots and lots of new practitioners that have joined our team. A lot of them came to this conference and then got stem cell injections before, because they have a clinic down here. Very exciting. And meeting some wonderful, wonderful people. And I had this one guy who was like total skeptic, and he goes, I didn't want to believe this stuff, but my wife had this condition with pain that ran down her leg, and she was better. So can I have some more of those?
Mhm.
And if this other doctor really approves it, then I am all in. And he went through his phone and showed me literally hundreds and hundreds of doctor contacts. He goes, I open up my contacts to you if I get the approval. So it's really fun to be with this kind of audience they're just so open. They're not your typical doctors at all. They're interested in health span and reverse aging and stem cells. And so it's really been wonderful. That's my story.
Gracias, señorita. Okay, we have Carl next, please.
Well, good afternoon or good morning. We're all in such different time zones. I shudder to think if I'm afternoon or morning, but I know I'm morning. I just want to share a quick one following John's short testimony about his dogs. I shared one about mine, 14-and-a-half-year-old Maltese, but last week I was out camping with a friend, and she happens to be a LifeWave brand partner too. And I shared with her about that. I shared my story about the dog with the neighbors that were camping beside us. And she went over and wanted to see the dog and motioned to pick up the dog, and the dog hesitated, it grimaced in pain, and she didn't hesitate to ask if she could try this. So the interesting story was about a day later, who went back to check on the dog, and the dog was entirely good with being picked up. And so the interesting question was this: is this also for human beings? And I felt like we came into their lives through the back door, and we're waiting for them to place an order, hopefully today. So opportunities abound everywhere as we look at people and animals that are struggling with whatever condition we may not know. And the power of the patch is an amazing way to introduce this product to whether it's their pets or themselves.
We're all mammals. Well, thank you so much, Carl. Now we have Kent, please.
Good morning, everyone. I just thought I'd give you a little update. 2 weeks ago, over 4th of July weekend, I was on the trampoline with my grandkids. Fun. And as most of you may know, I'm 78 years old, and I like to stay in shape and all that fine. But I did really tweak my knee, and it swelled up the size of a football. And I was the next day they're 4 hours away, Seattle to Spokane. The next day we left, came back, and went right to emergency care. They took X-rays, said, "Oh man, water on the knee. It looks like there's damage. You better get an MRI," and send me to orthopedics. Well, as things are these days, it took a long time until last Friday, 3 days ago, to see an orthopedist. Well, in the meantime, of course, I had seen a true medical professional called the Patch. and I was using 39 and 49 every day, which is my want. And I will mention, I know we're 39 only, but I did put Aeon on my knee every night. Well, the swelling went down to nothing. And it was really severe for the first 2 days. And I was very concerned that I'd have surgery, but it absolutely, by the time I went to see the doctor, he said, "Wow," he says, "how is the pain?" I said, "Well, it's almost non-existent now." He said, "Well, the swelling's gone." He says, "Let's just keep doing what you're doing and come back and see me in a month, and let's see if we need to go in for an MRI." He said, "I think you're okay." As far as I'm concerned, it was a miracle fix. It was very severe, honestly, the pain. It was a 9.6 or something. And I thought, sure, I was going to end up under the knife. Nothing. And I'm 99% sure that this is just going to continue. So anyway, good stuff. It's amazing.
It seems so miraculous, yet it's all science, as we know. Okay, we're ready for more testimonials. Do I see a hand? I can't see. Is anybody going to help me out here? Oh, Jerry, there you go.
Good morning, Sunshine. Hope you're doing well today. Just a quickie about anybody thinking when you see somebody that's about 100 years old, and if they drop something, they're not about to go down and pick it up or, get down there. And that's about where I was, where I could not get down or up off my, to the floor. I was totally embarrassed. I could not be on my knees. And it's not a one patch wonder as some people are, but I've been on the patches now, about almost 2 years. And over Christmas, without even thinking, I was down crawling on my floor, and I'm actually painting baseboards right now. So, and I don't look like I'm a 90 or 100 getting up and down. Now I can do that. So thank you, X39.
Absolutely. So typical. The testimonials are so wonderful. It's like things we don't even expect. Like myself, I couldn't smell my whole life, and now I can smell. Took 2 years, but consistency is a key here. Thanks so much, Jerry. Okay, ready for, it's Heidi. Come on, Heidi.
Good morning, Sun Shower. Do I have a good enough connection for you to hear me?
Very good. A little bit of echo.
A little bit of echo.
Somebody coughing.
Oh,
think
that's
you're-
not me. I'm not coughing. I'm feeling
I
quite
know.
well today. So
You're
I
doing
have
good.
can you hear me okay then?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a X39 story about 6 weeks into wearing X39 as a 52-year-old former motorcyclist, having dropped my bike and been a little bit injured. I was able to do a full swing of my arm.
And that was X39 only?
For the first 6 weeks. I introduced Alavita at my 93rd day.
93rd. Boy, you keep track so well.
Oh, I love my health trackers.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Heidi. Okay.
welcome.
Let's go to Adele, please.
Hi, Sunshine, you're doing a great job as usual.
Thank you.
I have two things. I'm going to piggyback what Jerry said. I have a new granddaughter who's 4 months old, and I'm going to be watching her most of August while her mom, just to keep the baby out of daycare one more year or one more month. I was over there the other day, and my daughter-in-law said, gets on the ground and plays with her. And I said, I'm not sure I can do that. I'm not really a ground person. I like to sit in a chair. And then she went and did some stuff, and I decided to take the baby up to the nursery, and I actually got on the ground with her and was able to get up easily. Now I stood before I picked her up. I didn't pick her up but I did great. And my mom is turning 100 in September. and has been on the patches since June of last summer. So I'm just over a year. And my brother, she's in Charleston, who said, she's doing great, and her memory is even, we could see it earlier on, but he said she just talks away. She remembers everybody by photos. And so we're all getting together for a big party in September. So I will get some videos of her and her conversation. So
Oh, cool.
and she's
Fiesta
only
time.
using X39, and the nurse puts it on her neck every morning, takes it off at night. So we've got it all worked out with the doctor.
Isn't that fabulous? Doesn't matter our age. All righty, thank you so much, Adele. Let's move on to Michelle Garrett. Unmute.
Good morning. This is a story about fun and energy. Our 19-year-old grandson is visiting, and he wanted Grandpa to take him to the climbing wall. So they went, and Grandpa decided he was going to climb too. He's 74, and so he climbed 6 times up the high walls, and they enjoyed it so much they're going to buy a membership and go twice a week.
Oh my goodness. Miracles never cease. And now we can even mention other patches if we want to. So X39 is always the big daddy, but if you want to mention anything else, Christina, you're next.
Perfect timing. I wanted to share with you the other morning, my husband woke up and he had a really bad headache. And so we patched him with an E on the back of his neck, and on the right, the white above his eyebrow, and on the tan on the left above, and the headache went away that quick.
Wow. Could you repeat that last part? You broke up just a little.
We put Ice Wave above both of his eyebrows, white on the right and tan on the left, and then the Eon on the back, and the headache went away just that quick.
Eon on the back, meaning the back of the head?
C7 on the.
Oh, C7. Okay, back here. All right, gotcha. Wow. Thank you. So good, so good. Anybody else? Oh, we got Rita again. Thank you, Christina.
Yes, and this is an Eon story that I've been waiting for just about a year to tell. I was sitting here on my chaise, which is my summer office last year, with my computer in my lap, and I felt something on my leg. So I kind of brushed it around, and it was a bee, and it took offense that I had tried to get him away, stung me, and stung me good. It really hurt. And about 40 minutes after I put the Eon on, all gone.
Amazing. But not so much when you've been around LifeWave a while. These kind of things are almost commonplace. Oh, come on, there's got to be some more hands up. I don't see any. Here we go. Christina Clark, please.
Hey y'all. So my neighbor, he has blood sugar issues, and he has had multiple surgeries on his feet because it is so bad, and his leg is got a lot of damage. And so he planned his funeral about 6 or 8 months ago. He started planning for his death. So I tried to patch him. When I left for the trip to go to a convention. And he goes, "Oh, let's wait. I was like, okay. And then he told me that, he had to plan his funeral and his death because he was going to die. And I was like, oh, I hate to hear that. You ought to let me patch you. And he's like, oh, let's wait. So the other day I get ready to leave, and I'm dealing with my father's got a lot of health issues, and he's patched all over, y'all. But I got ready to leave for my dad's, and I pulled out of my driveway, and I drove right up his driveway. I jumped out the car, and the first thing I did was I hugged him, and I said, I know this is going to sound crazy, and I know you think my patches are crazy, but I need to patch you. And he was like, oh no, let's wait. I said, how long has this been going on? He said, a year. I said, are you kidding? I've been trying to patch you for a year. You need to let me patch you. I said, I'm gonna give them to you. I gave him a little 10-pack, and I put one on him, and it fell off because he was so hot. But he decided to wear it, and he wore the first one for longer, but he's in really serious shape. So the second day, so I called him every day and I was like, what are you doing? Do you have the patch on? So he figured out a way to keep it on him. And after the third day, he calls me. I'm at my parents. And he said, I said, have you noticed anything? And he always says, no, nothing's happening. It's not working. I was like, it's working. You just can't tell. So then he says, he calls me and he goes, hey, well, there was this thing. And I stopped in my tracks because I was dying to hear it. I was like, okay. He goes, well, I took it off the other day when you told me to yesterday. And he goes, this tingle ran from where I put the patch all the way down to my foot. I was like, oh, I've heard about that. All these people had that. I didn't have that, but that's amazing. I said, so do you think it works? He goes, maybe. So I'm working on him, but he's supposed to have emergency surgery on Tuesday and they're not doing it now. They're going to do an IV instead. So what happens, but I am determined that my neighbor needs to be wearing these patches.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. We have 3 other hands up that I can see and maybe about 3 minutes left. So let's see. How about Gary, please?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi, Sunshine. Is your hair? Can you see it getting darker on the side?
Yeah, yours and mine together, baby.
That's so cool. So I have an experience of, I have a nurse, Nancy. She was a nurse for 40 years and got in a car accident about 2.5 years ago. And the impact from being hit standing still at 65 pushed all of her, exploded all of the veins in her legs and her feet. Yeah, so she had instant veins of those dark purple veins that go all down your leg. Anywho, the worst part was she had it behind her right knee in a cluster where they get so thick that it looks like grapes, for lack of a better word. And now when I got her, she got her patches, she called me, she says, I'm gonna put it on. She called me the next morning and said, I have not been able to bend my knee for 2 years since the accident. She said that swelling and the cluster went down so quick that she could bend her knee the next morning.
Wow.
Yeah, so she was thrilled. That was her story. And that's ever since then, she's been on board and she's starting to get going. A lot of people are seeing her results. And so we're anxious to see what happens.
Well, there's a key. Other people are noticing her results. Remember I said
her daughter and her mother. So,
yeah. That's how this family in LifeWave grows.
Isn't it cool?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
How about BJ, please? Unmute. We're waiting for you, BJ. Unmute.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little bit fuzzy, but go
Can you hear
for
me?
it.
Okay, yeah, it's because I'm a truck driver and I'm on the road, but I'll try the best I can here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm the guy that had been working on renovations about a year ago on my roof, and I fell through my rafters. I broke 6 ribs and punctured a lung. And yeah, so the doctors told me at least 6 weeks before I could get back to work. They didn't give me anything for a remedy to fix the problem because you can't really cast broken ribs. And it just turns out, well, Carl had introduced me to ordered it previously. And it just so happened the product, the X39, had just come in just the day I got released from the hospital. And I figured, well, they're not doing anything for me, so I might as well just try it. Not that I had faith in it at all. And my whole left side was completely purple. They show my photo all the time when they're doing these presentations now. So anyway, it was completely purple. And then I used it, one X39 on where my sore spot was and one on the back of the neck for continuously for 3 weeks. And in 3 weeks, all the bruising was gone and virtually all the pain was gone. And I was back to work in about 3 weeks. So
your left side is famous, isn't it, VJ? A lot of us have seen your pictures.
Yeah, it's pretty famous now.
Wish we could see your face.
Yeah, BJ, I just
okay.
want to thank you for taking such great pictures. I'm so sad you had such
this
terrible.
Is my face here.
Okay, trucking down the road, but that is one of the most impressive testimonials with the visual. And thank you for actually jumping on and sharing with us. God bless you, brother.
Well, I gotta first tell you one more thing, though. I had actually quit X39, the whole business, because I was so frustrated that because we can't get the product in Canada.
Yeah.
But then my wife, we had some left over. My wife started using it for an issue, which I won't share because she can do it herself. And then I figured, well, shoot, now I can't quit. It's still working. So I just got right back in.
That's
Wow.
so great. Thank you.
And
Thanks
it's
for sharing.
the X39 is the biggest one for me. That's the all other ones are fine, but I'm a big believer in the X39.
Yep, we all are. Thank you very much.
The Big Daddy. Okay, we can take, I think, a couple more, maybe the three whose hands are up. How about Kent first? Thanks, BJ.
Hi, I just realized in listening to Gary's story that I had a footnote to my comment about the leg injury. Let's just say that the large purple veins were very substantial, really on both legs, but especially on the right leg that was injured. And the first night on Aeon, they were gone. And I'd had them for a long time. It wasn't really a result of the injury. And it's funny, we all get so spoiled that, you know, the patches do so much. And I noticed it immediately and got to mention it, but it was just amazing that X39 and Aeon leg purple veins gone completely. And I'm near an 80. I thought I was stuck with them. So anyway, just
Cool.
amazing, amazing stuff.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that, Kent. Okay, we have Kate and then Mara Ava, and I think that'll be it. And then we'll turn this back over to Gregory.
Thank you and good morning. I'm going to offer, there's proof that the universe conspires on our behalf. Yesterday morning, I was describing what the patch looked like, and my friend exclaimed, "Oh, Wimbledon is on, Wimbledon is on." And I thought he wanted to go watch it. I said, well, we'll talk later. He said, no, that's not what I want. I want you to know what I'm seeing. I'm seeing exactly what you described. The world's best tennis player just took his shirt off. In the center of his chest is our patch. He said, how do I get them? I was stunned. I don't know how that could ever happen again, but I am so grateful. And, you know, that was just one of the fun things.
Oh, what a fun business.
We need to get a
night,
clip.
guys.
We need to get a screenshot of that. If anybody could do that, that would be so awesome.
Well, I'm hoping to see a screenshot of that somewhere. And if anybody does get it, I would love to have a copy of the picture, and then I can put a picture and the story together more succinctly.
Pardon me, Kate, and well, I would tell you about that patch. It's not our patch. So
Oh, it wasn't.
Gregory, we can't get it. It's another company's patch.
Oh,
and so it's not LifeWave at all.
okay. Well,
Well,
sorry.
I stand corrected, and it also still worked.
I know. I mean, we're all excited, but no, it's not
Oh,
ours.
well, thank you for knowing that and bringing it up. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Kate. Okay, let's go to Mara Ava. Did I say that right?
You did, yes. And my hair is in a towel, so you can't see me. So in any event, 4 weeks ago, yesterday on Father's Day, I broke a bone in my shoulder, and the pain level was literally 11 out of 10. And went to the emergency room. I think I broke it, but I did. I fell right in my shoulder. And I've been doing X39, all the other patches for 2 years in September. But in any event, the doctor told me they put me in a sling. They couldn't do a cast or a brace because of the placement of the brake. So they have had me in a sling. And I went to the orthopedic doctor, and she told me I would be wearing the sling for 3 months and being in pain for 3 months. So like I said, yesterday was a month. I'm down to a level 2 of pain. 3 weeks, I had significant bruises, and last week the bruises were all gone. And this coming Friday, go back, and my hope is to not wear the sling. And that will be 5 weeks into the break. And I just can't say enough. It's amazing. I can lift my arm, and they didn't even think I'd be able to lift my arm for a couple months. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Thank you so much, Mara. Yeah, that's quite the testimonial. And again, it's not very uncommon that things like this happen. That's why we call this the Miracle Call. And thank you for all of your wonderful testimonials. Now I'll turn it over to Gregory.
Well, thanks very much, Sunshine. Great job. And good morning, everyone. This is just such a great way to start our day and our week, isn't it? You know, and as Karen likes to say, it sounds like a miracle, but it's science. You know, there is science behind it. And tonight we have a special guest. It's going to be on our Monday evening call. And many of you that maybe attended last Thursday morning's business chat heard Judy Daniel and I think Ravel and Sunshower kind of summarized a call that they had, a team call, you know, that they had, where they had our US and Canada country manager, Garrett Johnson on, and he kind of overviewed the relaunch of Canada. And he did a little training on the mindset of success. And they had such rave reviews about it that I invited them to talk Thursday morning and summarize it. And we got such a great response from Thursday morning that we're going to get it live tonight. We have a special guest. It's going to be Garrett Johnson, again, our US and Canada country manager. He's going to be overviewing the relaunch of Canada, what the timing is, when the products are going to be available, their whistle stop tour that they're doing to 4 or 5 different cities. And then he's going to give a brief little training on the mindset of success. So you definitely want to join us this Monday evening for our Monday evening Live Younger community meeting. And that's on Live Younger Zoom. So that's the update. And tomorrow night, we have Dr. Tom that's going to be on our Tuesday night testimonial call as our guest health practitioner. So that's all the announcements I have for us here tonight. I don't know, Robin, did I miss anything? Is there anything you wanted to add? Or otherwise, I guess we're good to go.
You did good, honey.
Hey, thanks.
As always. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
All
I'll
right.
have more stories when I come home.
I bet you will. Okay, if you'd like to unmute and say your farewells, have a beautiful day, and we'll see and talk to you this evening.
Keep on patching.
Thank you, Sunshine.
Have a great day.
Great call.
Thank you, everybody, for all your
Mostest.
God bless.
Thank you, Sunshine.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Have a good rest of the
Take care,
day.
bye.
Fantastic
That was
job.
terrific.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Here's to the hair darkening crew.
Bye, thanks.
Have a good week.
Just on.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Great
Thank
call.
you.
Good job,
Okay,
Ravel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sunshine.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.